Everyone wants more money, but most of us weren't taught how to create an abundant life. That's where the Law of Attraction, Manifesting Success Stories show comes in. If you are ready to have more money, create more freedom, and experience more fun, turn the volume up. It's time to learn how to create the prosperity and life you have been dreaming of. Here's your host, Cassie Parks.
Hey, it's Cassie Parks. I am coming to you with a little update today. Things are shifting and changing on this podcast. And I first and foremost want to thank you. I know that some of you have been listening to me for close to 4 years, back when the show is called Happy Ever After, which I still love that name. And it's all about having a business. This podcast started talking about having a business that's your happy ever after, because when you quit your job or when you have your side hustle, you're building a business and you want it to be your happy ever after. And that's really what I started this podcast, sharing my knowledge on that. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And my business shifted and things shifted, and I follow the shifts and I follow the inspiration. And as you've noticed, for more than a year now, we have been exploring success stories, and we've been exploring, manifestations and super fun manifestations. And it really started with one-off interviews where I'd interview, someone about when they were successful in Manifest 10K, or they read a Manifest 10,000 and they were successful. Or I had some clients and I interviewed them about their success as they were working with me and going through the program. And over this last year, you noticed it did start in January, where we ran our series back to back. So now when you hear someone, you hear them for 6 to 8 weeks, and you hear their journey over 6 to 12 months. And that's what you've been hearing for the last year, is my clients who are so amazingly brave and courageous and giving, that they are willing to share their journeys with you so that you can learn. Because I realized a long time ago that my journey, I can't do it all. Let's just say that. I can't do it all. My journey is different, and we all have different journeys, and what you need to learn from, and so that you can see the things that are going on in your life more clearly, and you can see what you want, and you can manifest quicker and easier and build this life that you want, that I know if you're listening to this podcast, you want. If you can so that you can see those more clearly and quicker, you need a variety of stories. You need to hear people who are similar to you and people who are different than you. And you need to hear the journey from the beginning. If I had realized who and what I was going to create when I started, I for sure would have documented my journey different. I love the way I did it now, and I tell you guys everything looking back. And I would love to have, this sort of chronological interview process that I do with my clients. And I am so grateful that I get to give that to you as a gift, as my listener. And I want to say thank you for being here. So, you notice sort of that shift. And even before that shift, I'd shifted the title of the show to call it More Money, because most of you who come to me are looking for more money. You want to create and you want to keep more money in your life so that you can live more of the life that you've been dreaming of. And that's what I help people do. I definitely help people do that. And so if you're ready to do that, let's do it for sure. And this podcast is about updating you. So we're going to keep on with the updates. And what's happening next is there's been a shift, and I see it, and I'm ready to step into something different. And so this podcast name is changing again, which I am super excited about. And I think it fits where we are. And I say where we are because you're in this with me. I don't believe that I'm just creating just for me to put content out there just for me. I envision all of you out there. I see you. I know who I'm talking to. I know those of you that are going to be my clients someday. We have conversations. I script about you. And I might not know your name yet, and I might not know your face yet, but I know your heart, and I know what you want, and I know how we're going to connect and create that. And so I'm just open to the journey, and I say we're shifting and we're growing, and the show is shifting and growing. And the show is now going to be called Manifesting Success Stories, which I am super excited about because it says everything about what's going on. And we're going to continue. We're going to continue the Year of Growth series, which has now become the Years of Growth series, as I open and expand my business. And if you want to hang out with me for the long term, keep paying attention. There's awesome stuff coming in November. There's awesome opportunities for us to enter into a long-term coaching relationship, unlike anything you've probably seen out there. So that change is coming. We're changing the show to Manifesting Success Stories. We're going to keep bringing you these years of growth series. So going forward, for the most part, there's there's a shift happening. And obviously I shift things before it comes out in the show. But just as a general guide, what's happening behind the scenes now is that we've shifted into more of a year. So we're going to show you a year. We're going to share people's journey for a year, and that's going to be anywhere from 6 to 12 episodes, over the year, once a month to less frequently, maybe once every 6 weeks. And we're going to give you that. And what we're also going to do is we're going to share more and more. So, on one day of the show, and this is to be determined, you'll figure it out, but we're going to do basically year one. So people who are in their first year of growth, you're going to get to hear that journey. And we're going to have another day of the week that is year 2. And as we go on, we'll have a year 3, and there will be a year 4, and there will be a year 5, because I'm committed to this long term, and I'm committed to showing you what it's like when you take the law of attraction and you take living the law of attraction and you take creating this life that you want, getting in touch with your future self and continually stepping towards your future self. What can happen when you commit to the long term? When you commit for 5 years to becoming your future self, so much magic happens. Magic happens right away when you start committing to your future self. But when you enter into that long-term commitment with her and you say, I'm here and I'm going to do this, so good. So I'm committed to showing you that journey and sharing that journey with you and my clients. And I'm so lucky and blessed and also have created, a life where my clients are willing to share with you and help you grow as well. So thanking them, I am super excited about that. And so look for longer series in the next year, because we're going to cover a year. We're going to be real intentional about, a year of growth, start to finish of a year, and then going into year 2, 3, and 4 as the years progress. We'll have more and more of that to share as my clients grow more and more into their second year and their third year and fourth year and fifth year of working with me. And then I'm adding something super special and fun, which is going to happen on a different show. I'm actually going to separate this out a little bit, but it's going to be behind the scenes coaching. And for me, I'm going to commit to allow this to be relaxed and completely inspired, which means there's no schedule to it. So I might release 3 episodes in 1 week, and I might go 3 weeks without releasing an episode. But for me, I'm going to take all the pressure of there has to be something every week off, and I'm going to release it as inspired. And what it's going to be behind the scenes coaching. So I recorded a couple episodes for the future today. So it might be when I interview someone and they say something, I'm going to record, we're going to talk about their experience and all that. And then I'm going to record a little something special for you that gives you behind the scenes coaching on that. Either, some work that we did that maybe we didn't have a chance to talk about, or explain a little more in depth how something works and how something's happening, using the law of attraction, and really give you that so you understand what you just heard about on this show. And again, this will be a different show. I'm going to release the name later. I will tell you all about it, but I wanted to let you know while I was updating you what's coming and what's happening. So it's going to be coaching like that. It's going to be, I also recorded an interview today with one of my clients who graciously allowed me to go back in our recordings of the Enchanted Circle and find the actual 13 minutes of coaching that we did, that we talk about today. And we talk about how big of a shift it made, and it had to do with birthdays. And so I asked her, can I share this coaching, what we went through and what we did, because so many people have stuff around their birthdays. And she said, of course. And so you're going to get to hear that actual coaching. And that's just kind of a taste, a flavor of what will be available on this other show. Again, it's going to be separate from this show. So you'll just stay here with your manifesting success stories and learning through other people's stories and the things that we share, how you can become a better manifester, create and keep more money so that you can live more of the life that you've been dreaming of, all of that good stuff here. And I want to give you that because I think it's a fun place to play, and I want you to create the life that you want to live. So I'm going to give you some more behind the scenes coaching, an opportunity to hear more about that. So some weeks, like I said, it'll be episode specific, like the 2 episodes I talked about today. And sometimes it might be about all the episodes we release in a week, right? So the 1 to 5 episodes that we release, I might find a common theme and give you some information and some coaching about that. So when that show launches, I hope that you'll come check it out. Please, 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 if you're keep your eye out. There's a lot of fun stuff coming up in November to celebrate my 6th freedom anniversary. So if you want to be in touch with all that, jump over to Cassie Parks and get on my email list. Let's stay connected that way. Keep allowing me to show up in your ears so that you're on top of everything that's awesome that's coming out in the next couple months. I will say there will be some bonus episodes coming out, in addition to the interviews that you're hearing now. I'm planning on doing a series on, how I left my corporate job and going a little more in depth in that than I ever have before. Because I think you gain knowledge from that and hearing that experience. And I just want to take it a little deeper for you, see how I can share more and give you more of that. So look for that. I will have a new book coming out to celebrate my Freedomversary. So look for that. You can jump on and get that. There's going to be a challenge associated with that, which I'll give you a little hint. It's about abundance. So if you're looking for more abundance in your life, which odds are if you're here, you are, there's going to be a challenge that goes with that. So lots of fun things are coming up. So stay tuned. Keep listening. Thank you so much for being in my world, even if we've never met or communicated, but all you do is, trust me to put me in your ears and take me for a run or a walk or on your, ride to work. I appreciate that. And I just want to say thank you for letting me be a part of your life and your journey. It's truly an honor and a gift to get to do what I do. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you for joining us on the Law of Attraction, Manifesting Success Stories show. To learn how to identify your current money story, go to identifyyourmoneystory.com.